Hello, my name is Celeste. Thanks for joining me. This is my intro video where I tell you a little bit about who I am, what I'm doing, why I started this channel. And the main reason I started it is because I was looking for information and videos online on how caregivers cope with a loved one who has cancer. In my case, my husband was diagnosed with two types of cancer. He has MDS, which is Myelodysplastic Syndrome. It's a sort of a precursor to leukemia, where these abnormal blast cells are in the bone marrow. And then he also has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And in a future video, I'll go into his whole diagnosis and everything that happened with that. But I was having a lot of trouble with the emotions, obviously, when your loved one gets really sick, and just how to organize myself to be a better caregiver, things like appointments and tasks around the house. Because when your partner gets sick and you're used to sharing the workload, that person can't help you anymore. My husband is weak and tired. He's undergoing chemo, and so it falls on me, which I'm fine doing it, but it's hard. So I just wanted some advice on how to cope with that, and I didn't find a whole lot. So I figured I would share my experiences and see if that helped anybody. The other thing that I was looking for is tips on how to prepare your house for when your loved one comes home after a transplant. Because when my husband goes in for the bone marrow transplant, what the doctors do is basically wipe out his immune system, and then they give him the stem cells, the new stem cells, and then he's going to be rebuilding his immune system from scratch, to the point where they have to give him all the vaccines as if he were a baby. And we will be in seclusion for 3 months after he comes home, or, well, for 100 days after he gets the transplant. And the hospital gave us a whole booklet of things that we need to do and prepare for. And the house has to be clean from top to bottom, because he can't have anything that'll cause him to become ill or infected in the house. So we're going to have the walls washed, the upholstery, the rugs, everything. And I kind of wanted a checklist of things that would need to be done, of tasks. For example, getting the ducts clean, getting the fireplace flue cleaned, and the order to do that in, so it's logical and makes sense and it's all compacted in one place. So I have made up a list, which I'll share in a future video, sort of a checklist that I thought might be helpful. And then I also would like to talk about self-care for the caregiver. I found that when my husband was going through the diagnosis, that my mind was strictly on that, as it should be. And even weeks after, I was all caught up in this weird space where I could only think about the illness, and I really wasn't taking care of myself. So I ended up doing a lot of binge eating and snacking. I stopped doing a lot of the exercise I was doing. I wasn't playing my music, and I wasn't doing simple little things like getting a manicure and stuff like that. So I want to make a few videos about self-care for the caregiver. And then finally, I would like to do some organizing videos. Now, of course, there's tons of those on YouTube, but this is just sort of organizing with the idea of home prep, because I want it to be easy when the cleaners come, to do that big, massive initial cleaning of the walls and everything. I want that to be easy. I don't want there to be a lot of clutter around. And also for me then, afterwards, when I'm maintaining and cleaning, I don't want to deal with clutter. I've been wanting to declutter for a long time, but stuff always gets in the way. It's put away, who cares? But I kind of just want to make things a little more minimal. so I don't have to deal with that or think about that. And I have a nice, clean, organized space so I can focus on all the care that I'll need to give my husband when he comes home. When he does come home, there will be a lot of care. He'll come home with an IV port, and he'll need some medications, and he'll need to be watched very carefully to make sure he's not rejecting the transplant. And I am a nurse, I'm an RN, but I do work with babies. I don't work with adults. So this is kind of all new to me, and I'm going into this, and I'm in this treatment with my husband, and I'm learning right with him. I really did not know much about cancer, and I don't know much about adult medicine. My whole career has been with children and babies, so that's all new. But anyway, so that's kind of what I want to do here, just to kind of share my experiences, document what we're going through with the treatment, the transplant, kind of just get all of what our life is like throughout that, and then some things that I'm doing on the side, pursuing my hobbies as I'm able, doing a little self-care, organizing, and dealing with the emotions. And hopefully I can be a little bit of help to somebody out there. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.